I sold my blood on the dark web. I didn't know that blood had value. Of course, it has the value of saving a life. But when it comes to donating, the most I ever get is cookies. University was getting more and more expensive, and instant noodles were my everyday food. One night, I was browsing the dark web when I found a link titled Blood for Bitcoin Donors Needed. Obviously, I clicked. There was a list of blood types with prices for 200 milliliters, and they were paying a lot. I knew my type was B negative, so I checked how much they were offering. $500 for 200 milliliters. There wasn't much more to see on the page, but there was a contact form for people interested in donating. Without thinking much, I opened the contact form and filled it out. Why not? I could buy a lot of instant noodles with $500. I clicked submit and received a response. The form I filled out said, "Thank you for your interest. We want your blood type. Please respond with the following: your Bitcoin wallet and your address. On Tuesday, place a 200 milliliter vial of your blood in your mailbox before midnight, and we will collect it." There was also an Amazon link to buy a home blood extraction kit. I thought for a moment and didn't feel comfortable using my address, but there was an old man living next door. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I used his mailbox in the middle of the night. So I provided his address and my Bitcoin wallet address, and I ordered a kit on Amazon. Time passed until Tuesday night. I inserted the needle, and the blood started flowing into the vial. I ordered some 220 milliliters vials, so I filled it to the top, sending an extra 20 milliliters as a gift. I quickly went back to my house, looking around to make sure everything was clear. I noticed some strange movement. The street was completely silent when some dogs started barking, until I saw a strangely tall person approaching my neighbor's mailbox. For a moment, I could see their pale skin. They took the vial, inspected it for a moment, then finally turned around. The next morning, I woke up with a strange feeling. I didn't know if it had been a dream until I received a notification in my email. Pickup completed. $500 has been sent to your Bitcoin wallet. I checked my Bitcoin wallet, and a bit more than $500 had been sent. I got excited about being paid. The week passed, and the next Tuesday, I filled 2 vials. I placed them into my neighbor's mailbox and waited by my window. The tall, pale figure appeared and took the vials. Okay, that hadn't been a dream. I checked my Bitcoin wallet, and another $1,000 had been sent. I continued with this for a few more weeks until they requested 2 liters. Last week was 1 liter, and I almost fainted. Sending 2 liters would be asking for death. I replied to the email. I need some time to recover. Maybe I could do it again next month. But they responded, "No, 2 liters next Tuesday, or I will take all the blood I want from you." I tried sending an email apologizing, but they just didn't respond anymore. The week passed, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Tuesday arrived, and I didn't take any blood. I had no choice. That was going to kill me. I sat by my window and waited to see what would happen. When it was almost midnight, that thing appeared. It ran to my neighbor's mailbox. Obviously, I didn't leave anything. It closed the mailbox and walked slowly across my neighbor's yard toward their front door. I received a notification in my email. It seems that I didn't get what I wanted. When I looked back at it, it was halfway across the yard, staring at my window. It stared for what seemed like an eternity. I was frozen with fear. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't human. It turned its head back and continued to the door. I grabbed my phone and called the police, saying that someone had broken into my neighbor's house. When I looked back out the window, it was holding the old man by the neck, dragging him back into the house. Only a scream could be heard, filled with pain and agony. After 2 minutes, that thing ran into the forest behind the house. I could hear sirens getting louder and see several lights on the street. 2 police cars stopped, and a small crowd of people in pajamas gathered in front to see what was happening. I joined the crowd. Everyone was scared, repeating to each other that they had heard screams. When the police entered, the door was open, and there were more screams inside the house. One of the policemen came out and told everyone to step back while calling an ambulance. I was close enough to see when the ambulance took him out. He was completely pale and looked strangely thin. One side of his neck was torn, as if attacked by some kind of wild animal. I heard the paramedic talking to one of the policemen, saying that he had never seen anything like that before, as if the man's blood had dried up and disappeared. Now would be the time to tell the police everything, but I knew it was my fault. I gave him the address. I put the blood in the mailbox. How was I going to explain that I was selling my blood to a stranger who took it and wanted more and more? I had to solve this alone. A policeman asked me if I had any information that could help, and I just said that I heard screams. I went back home, locked the doors, and went to bed. It was a restless night. The next morning I checked my emails and there was only one new message. Your neighbor wasn't as delicious. 2L next Tuesday. Feed me or die. It's Saturday as I write this. I'm reaching out to you for help. If anyone has B negative blood, I'll buy your blood for Bitcoin. Just send me a message with where you live and your Bitcoin wallet address. Leave a 100 milliliters vial in your mailbox before midnight on Tuesday. I will pick it up myself.